The DA has laid criminal charges against the Minister of Higher Education and Training, Dr. Nobuhle Nkabane. Meanwhile, Nkabane tabled the Higher Education and Training budget in the National Council of Provinces. And the DA is saying that it took the matter to court because President Cyril Ramaphosa continues to take no action against ANC corruption in the executive. The DA Federal Council Chairperson Helen Zille further saying that the government condones these actions, showing that the ANC is not interested in eradicating corruption. Let's now speak about this matter from a different vantage point, which is from the Portfolio Committee's view. But with Parliament's Higher Education and Training Portfolio Committee Chairperson Tebogo Letsie joins us this evening. Thank you so much to you and for joining us with the viewers. Let's start with your take on the DA laying charges against the minister.
No, good evening to yourself, Bongi. Good evening to the SABC viewers at home. I think maybe I must start off first by indicating that I watched your interview with Karabo Khakha of the DA, and there are maybe a few things that we needed to clarify. It's not true that myself as the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee have been defending the minister. According to her, we do so because we would have received an instruction from caucus to do so. That's not true. That's in fact, if that was true, it means we'll be breaking our own oath of office. We have not done so. So she just went out and lied for political, cheap political point scoring. That is number one. Number two, she also makes a false narrative or statement that since the last Portfolio Committee where we discussed this matter, I have not said anything. That again is not true. I have informed them through a message that on the 20th of June that we have tried to get a date for us to have this matter with the minister and the panelists. I had informed them that there's a process that we go through, you apply, and I had applied for the 28th, which was last week Friday. We could not get that meeting because there was members training in Parliament. So there's no truth to what she was saying. It's just a cheap political point. I don't understand why would somebody want to lie, you know, when they want to make a point.
So because you couldn't get the 28th, which other date do you have?
As we had explained in that meeting, that the 25th, which was on Wednesday, the 25th, which was on a Wednesday, we could not do because we were dealing with the annual performance plan. I told them that the next 2 weeks, the 25th and the 2nd, we can't touch them because the 2nd, which is tomorrow, we must adopt a committee report that will allow us to have a budget debate the following day. So I told them I had indicated that those dates are not available. Then we'll look at other dates. So what we have looked at now, I've looked at the 28th, as I've said, which will not happen. The 4th, we have mini plenaries in Parliament. It's not happening. We're hoping that they will approve the 11th, which will be on a Friday. So we're now asking for Fridays because the Wednesdays have been taken. So
now, yes, you say that she's not telling the truth, essentially lying, right, on a number of issues. But she's not lying when she says you're taking too long. And I say this because there has been a public outcry about this particular process of the CETAs and stuff. And for members of the public to be told that they might need to wait until the 11th of July before they see what the committee does about this matter, it raises eyebrows. It's too long.
No, it's not too long, Bongi. I've explained.
I understand, but it's too long. Let me tell you why I say it's too long. It's too long because you've had processes that you've watched unfold in your own committee. You've had to deal with the names, the issue of the names. You've had to deal with the issue now of allegations that there's a name that is not there, that the person was not comfortable to be there. Now there's Advocate Termutau. There's a whole lot going on in the public domain for members of the public to have to wait for weeks before they see what happens in the committee as the next step.
No, I hear you, what you are saying, but the allegation is that we are prolonging the process. That's a lie. It's not true, because I've explained to you, when we met on the 18th, these matters were raised with us. The committees in Parliament are given specific days where they will sit. If you want to sit outside of that specific day, like ours, it's a Wednesday. If you want to sit outside of a Wednesday, you make an application, you apply. And what did we do? On the 20th, 2 days after we met and they raised this thing, I wrote to them and I said, I had already applied and I've already received a response from the chair of chairs about this particular day. So it's not true that we are taking long. We are equally agitated by this particular matter. We have seen the letter that we are referring to of Advocate ourselves, but just because we have seen the letter doesn't now mean that we must accept that we are defending or we are taking too long when we are giving you facts on the table.
Is there anything?
Wednesday the 25th, we could not do anything.
Is there anything that's stopping you from sitting?
Anything.
Pardon me. Is there anything that's stopping you from sitting on a weekend or in the evening? If you can't get time during the day.
No, you must still apply. So,
Okay.
but when you apply, for an example, and say we want to sit on a Saturday, these members must then first and foremost, because remember, political parties, they take their members back from on the weekends to go do constituency work.
Okay.
So you must first then do application to the chief whips of these political parties, get approval. If you do get approval from that, if one of them says no, then it's going to affect the meeting itself. So ideally, you can sit in the evening. We don't have Mondays because they are part of political party days of constituency. Our members, we have about 6 other members who serve in other portfolio committees on Tuesdays. So Tuesdays are out. You can't do it because others are in home affairs, others are in sports, others are in home affairs.
Yeah.
So we can't. Tuesdays you can't. So we only have Wednesdays. And even this matter itself, because we could not finish it really the last time, members would have said we must look for a day where we would have enough time to discuss this particular matter. They themselves said so. So it will mean the chances of you getting any other day except Friday becomes slim.
So I'm going to leave that minefield of the date to you, but very briefly, we're out of time. Should the minister still be on the job? You're saying that you're agitated, but the longer this continues, the realm of speculation continues, and a lot of people now saying that maybe she should excuse herself. Even tonight, the IFP was saying the same thing, that maybe she should step down. So in your view, as the chair, with everything you've heard, should she still be on the job?
The prerogative to appoint the ministers does not sit with us in Parliament.
I know, but should she still be on the job? I'm not asking you to appoint or let anybody go, but your view, should she still be on the job?
The president is the only one who can make a determination. We can make all the noise that we want, but and I don't think it's very fair it's fair because the minister reports to us as the portfolio committee. For us to have a view without finalizing these other things that we're busy with, to make a determination and an opinion that we believe that she must not or she must be on the job. I don't think it's a bit fair. It's going to make our jobs very difficult. Tomorrow, if we make such statements, tomorrow when she appears before us, she will have a legitimate reason to say, but you guys have prejudged me without even having this particular decision. So I don't think it's fair that as a portfolio committee, we must have opinions on whether or not the minister should be.
So, Mr. Letsie, I'm going to leave that minefield of finding a date then to you, and we'll hear from you as to when does this matter sit. But thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us and giving us an update on this matter. That was the Parliament's Higher Education and Training Portfolio Committee Chairperson, Tebogo. Letsie.